On the day that Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed, two other men were shot alongside him, and they managed to survive their injuries. One of those men is Kerry Lathan, who had just got out of prison from serving a 25-year bid. And that was actually the reason why Nipsey Hussle was down at his store on that particular Sunday. Now, the reason why this is technically a story, because of course, Nipsey lost his life. These other men were killed. But Kerry Lathan, again, the man who had served a 25-year bid in prison, who was just getting some clothes from Nipsey, is now back in jail. And he's back in jail because, according to the eyes of the law, he violated his parole. And the way he violated his parole is because he was associating with a known gang member. And who is that known gang member, you ask? None other than the late Nipsey Hussle. According to the freaking law, the stinking law, I don't want to use no bad words because I don't want to get flagged or anything like that. When you are fresh out of jail, anything, when you're on parole, they make it really hard for these guys to move around. They just do. They just absolutely do. So it's never been set up for any of these men to technically win when they get out. Okay. They have very little resources, very little people to help them out. A lot of them can't get jobs. And all he was doing was getting a few clothes from Nipsey. And Nipsey lost his life that day. And now this man is back in jail. All right. Now, what's ironic about this whole thing is that, Nipsey is being revered and remembered, of course, and truthfully so, as a pillar of his community, somebody that was helping people out, somebody that actually employed men who had been incarcerated and didn't have any other place to go as far as resources and getting a job. And all he was doing was giving this man clothes. Even the LAPD, the chief of police, when Nipsey Hussle died, he said he had to read his name 3 times because he couldn't believe it was Nipsey. Remember, Nipsey Hussle was supposed to meet with the LAPD the next day, that following day, that Monday, to work with them to curb gang violence. And this is how he's remembered. This is how they're labeling him a known gang member. This is what he's reduced to. It really is a shame that this kind of stuff happens. Like, there is just no way for these men to win. And you had Nipsey who did win, if you think about it. He was a success story, and he was pulling other men up that he knew didn't, with the system as it is, it was hard for them to make it. That's why a lot of them end back up in jail. But this was just one of those particular cases where Nipsey was just helping this guy out. Now remember, this man has been in jail for 25 years. So Nipsey was only 8 years old when the man went in. How much of an affiliation could they have possibly had over the years? Not much of anything. The man was 8. Nipsey was 8 years old, probably a second grader or so when this man went into jail in the first place. So, it's just ridiculous to me how this is turning out. Now, for those asking, because I saw this online, the LAPD has very little control over the situation. This is not their jurisdiction, okay? They can't use their own discretion to take care of this, because honestly, to me, this is something that the state could just say, you know what, given the situation, given this man was getting clothes, this technically isn't a violation of parole. It just isn't. It's so hard. My brother served 29 years, and I know how this whole thing with parole, like, they are so strict with these guys. It's like any little thing could land them back in jail for the rest of their life. And this is how this is happening. So I have a lawyer, this video of this lawyer. She is actually trying to help Kerry Lathan in his situation. And I also have a video of Kerry Lathan speaking out from jail and explaining his situation. It really is a shame that they're trying to reduce Nipsey as nothing but a gang member. You can't win for losing. Go ahead and check out this video.
What up, y'all? I just want to say thank you so much for just to everybody that shared the post. I was able to get in touch with Kerry's family. I'm like a lot of you, I'm broken. I mean, how's the LAPD gonna sit here and sing Nipsey's praises and then arrest somebody for being associated with him? Like, it's not gonna happen on my watch. I'm gonna take care of it on LA. Believe that. I'm gonna take care of that shit. And once we get Kerry out, we're going to lace him with some fly clothes. We're going to set him up with a job. And we're going to finish what Nipsey started. Not just with Kerry, but with LA. So believe that.
So we got Kerry Lathan. Kerry Lathan, also known as Cousin Kerry. He's incarcerated right now unjustifiably for just being with Nipsey Hussle. Kerry, can you tell everybody what's going on with you?
Right now I'm in pain, sitting in a wheelchair. It went to haywire because I go up Slauson to go console somebody who just lost their parents. And about it, going up there to do that, I see Nip to the left. I said, let's stop in this so I can get a shirt, because this one's dingy. My nephew tell me you can't keep wearing stuff like that because you're not in prison no more. You're free. So I go in and get it. That shirt ain't there. They say, well, go outside. Nip will tell you when it's coming in. I go outside to see Nip, and everything go haywire. There's no gang affiliation or none of that. It's injustice. You know, I'm a victim. I got shot in the back.
So you in a wheelchair, right?
And now,
this call is being recorded.
I'm in a wheelchair, and now they're trying to send me back for life for just being there. Gang association. And I was sitting there with an activist, a peacemaker, a person just representing the community, is trying to put the pieces back to the puzzle right, so you can see the whole picture. And this is a straight injustice.
So basically, right now, they came and picked you up from the halfway house.
I'm out of the halfway house. They picked me up out the halfway house. I was at a meeting because I checked myself out of the hospital because it wasn't giving me the care that I needed. You know, pain meds supposed to be served a certain time, and then you an hour and a half late, and I'm in serious pain. You know, I got a piece of my spine chipped off from the bullet, and I'm trying to get medical attention. I said, I might as well go back to the halfway house. I go back to the halfway house, and 3 parolees just come and take me out of the parole meeting, the meeting we had in the backyard, and I say, look, you under arrest. For what? I'm a victim. How am I under arrest? He said, it didn't come from us. I said, it didn't come from my parole? No. He said it came from higher up. You know, but now y'all got me facing life in prison for being a victim, for being shot. That's injustice.
How long you been free? How long you been home?
About 7 months. I got a daughter whose birthday is right around the corner, May 8th. And I promised her this will be your first birthday with your dad, her 30th.
This the injustice, you know, when you came home, people had to help you. People that you knew that you grew up with had to give you money, give you support, and try to take care of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I came up there and gave you some money before I seen you. People, Nip gave you clothes, everybody that you knew. But if you come home and you deal with us, you can get violated because you dealing with what they say will be gang members, right?
That's my family, the only family I got left. My mother died when I was in prison. I had a stroke. That put me on a walker. Now this bullet put me on a wheelchair. A lot of injustice.
How old are you?
56.
How old were you when you were incarcerated?
31.
And you did, how many years you do?
25.
You did a total of 25 years. You come home. You wasn't hanging out. You weren't hanging out with no gang members. You just came home.
None of that.
Right.
I came to see my granddaughter from a daughter I've never met. So the closest thing I could do is to go to her daughter. And when she said, Papa Kerry been hurt,
This call is being recorded.
that just broke my heart. So they had to bring her to the hospital to see me. She said, he okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'll pull through this.
But make sure you let the people
She's
know,
only
bro.
9 years old.
Let the people know that you in a wheelchair, man. That you are in a wheelchair right now, trying to learn how to use your legs. You just did 25. You just did 25 years in prison. Paid your debt to society for the wrong that you did, and
Right.
you wasn't hanging out. You're 56 years old. Let the people know again, man, because some people may miss this. They need to understand that, you're not nobody out here causing no trouble. You don't deserve to be locked up right now. You watch
This is injustice because for them to lock me up and I found everything they said and done everything they asked of me, this is injustice because after you do everything they ask you to do and there's still no right or wrong, this is an injustice for real on my life.
How can
Because
people?
now they want me to go.
How can people reach you? Leave your CDC number and your name so people can contact you if they want to reach out to help.
Okay. Just a minute. Pull my shirt up and read the number off. 0559 46 95. Nine 0559.
Hold on. Spell your name, Kerry.
Oh,
Kerry Lathan. Spell your full name.
Kerry.
Hold on, I'm gonna put it up here.
Lathan.
KerryLathan. 05594-695.
Yeah.
And you housed where at?
Man Central Jail. 7200. Still 7286. Straight up injustice.
So, man, you got anything else you want to say to the people?
Free cousin Kerry. For this wrong that's been done. Free me. I have a life I'm trying to live.
Yeah, man.
I gave them their 25. It's an injustice. I'm trying everything to keep from crying right now.
Shit, man, ain't nothing wrong with crying. I mean, you just did
I know.
You just did 25 years, bro.
And when she gave me that date, I cried like a 7-year-old child. Snot and everything coming out of my mouth.
Talking about your release date, right?
Yeah, when I got released.
Yeah. And then you got to explain to the people that you had to go through a process, man. You had to, take responsibility for what you did. And
I did all that.
I'm going to try to keep you guys in the knowledge of when he goes to his hearing. But letters, support letters to the board, and everything else will help keep him free. Y'all can send him, you can send him anything you want to send him directly to him. You don't have to give it to nobody. You got a CDC number right here. Kerry Lathan, 05594-695. He's in the men Central Jail. Kerry needs y'all help. Again, because he's out on life parole, he could be sentenced to 10 years to life for just being around Nipsey, somebody the city just honored and naming a street